Is rose moss, Portulaca grandiflora. The way you can tell, well, there's no really sense in telling you the difference. Portulacaceae is a more broad leaf. Both of them have succulent leaves, but Portulacaceae or purslane has a more broad leaf and only has a yellow flower. Okay, so it's sort of like the species type almost. And then once they started doing a lot of different cultivation to them, you get this Portulaca grandiflora, which is much more showy. All right, you've kind of got these. Dr. Arnold calls them sort of a swollen needle-like shape. Okay, so very linear, but again, they are succulent. So you open them up, and there's sort of that sap in there. All right, you can kind of pinch it out, and then it sort of grows as a carpet, sort of a ground cover type thing. So not much more than 6 inches maybe tall. I guess if it began to grow on top of each other, you might see it eventually grow up to maybe 8 inches, 9 inches a foot. But typically, just a plant out there, you'll see it maybe 3 to 6 inches tall. And then a lot of the old Portulacas you saw bloomed only in the morning. And so that was a problem because everybody was going to work in the morning, and then when they came home and wanted to enjoy their gardens, there was no bloom on their purslane. Well, they've been bred now to where they'll bloom more in the afternoons and into the evening. All right. You'll notice, unfortunately, these aren't open, but there's singles and there's double types. There's yellows, there's oranges, there's reds, pinks, purples, all sorts of combinations. Okay.
So you just said purslane, but we're talking about.
Well,
yeah. Is this the grandiflora or the Portulacaceae?
Okay. I'm sorry. It's rose moss. The reason I say that is because a lot of people still call this purslane.
Does it look similar?
I would have.
They're similar, but I shouldn't say that to confuse anybody. This is rose moss.
All of them?
Yeah, all three of these. I apologize.
So what did you say about the yellow one?
Yeah, the yellow one's got a broad leaf.
And that's
That's Portulacaceae.
Okay, but we're doing grandiflora.
We're doing grandiflora. I apologize.
So the Portulacaceae has a broader leaf, but it's still succulent.
Yeah, they're both still succulent, but rose moss is got the needle-shaped or the linear leaf, okay? And the only one you're responsible for in lab is rose moss, grandiflora, okay? These flowers will open up. The reason that they're not open right now is probably because the sun's not out nearly as brightly as it will be. They are responsive to light, okay? And also, one thing that's interesting is that a lot of times no matter what color it is, the darker stems will occur on the darker flowered varieties, okay? And the stems on these are always sort of a pinkish reddish cast, okay? All right, so real linear succulent leaves, and then these flowers that occur, these will open up singles, doubles, as I said before, all kinds of colors. Hope I didn't confuse anybody. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, the purslane has like flat flowers. They don't look like roses like these do.
Yeah, these will open up and be more flat as well, though.
Oh, will they?
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what I say. Once the sun comes out more strongly, these will open up and become more flat. Okay. They're just in bud right now, waiting to sort of open.
Right.
In fact, I'd be surprised if these didn't open by this afternoon. Okay.
And you said the dark red, like the darker flowers, have a darker stem typically?
Yeah, typically. I mean, people use that sometimes if they're picking plants that don't have blooms on them yet. They'll pick one that has a darker stem, assuming that maybe that would be an indicator to a darker flower.
Because that red stem, it does look a little darker than orange.
Yeah, you sort of have to squint your eye just right on some of it, but yeah, you're right.